All right, guys, we're back on this mini truck here. We're gonna put some fucking bags on it. It's gonna be way better than Zage's mini truck, because his mini truck is fucking bullshit. Fucking shit.
All right, everybody, back at it again. We have a couple weeks off of work. Minimum.
We're gonna die.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get out here and we're gonna be cracking out as much as we can on these projects and trying to get as much done as possible before we have to go back to work or we just die.
Me and
not
Sagey
having
boy,
money.
we're gonna be working on our dash stuff out here in the sun because
Yes.
it's actually warm out.
So Sage is gonna be finishing his dash, but that's gonna be in his video.
His video.
Fine, not a collab video.
So we have all this wiring stuff right here. We have the relays, we have the fuse box, we have the power distribution blocks, we have wire, spools of wire, we have heat shrink, soldering iron, pretty much everything that we need to do to
We
start.
have a shitty dash.
And then we have our dash, and so we're gonna be working out here in the sunlight for the first time in probably a year. So Jam, we have her car pushed out here, she's working on that too. But basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to wire this dash up and get it ready to drop in so we can actually put power to the car. So
I mean, that'd be pretty cool.
yes, are you stoked?
I am super stoked.
I wish we would have brought the power supply from home. That would have helped us a lot.
Well, we were lazy and we didn't want to unplug it. That was literally all that kept us from doing it. But anyway, we're gonna figure it out, get it to work, and get moving.
Oh yeah, also we're putting the fuse, we might change our minds, but we're gonna put the fuse box and everything in the dash on the top here. So you open the dash, you'll have full access to everything, and you'll still be able to use the glove box for your gloves.
Exactly. I'm gonna have at least 3 pairs of driving gloves. Most likely, they're all gonna be. I don't even know what to say about driving gloves.
All right, well, let's do it. All right, so what we're doing right now is we're removing the glove box, trying to get it out so we can start mocking up, putting all this crazy shit on there.
We'll see how this goes.
See if these screws are all too rusted out to fucking take out of the dash like normal. This is our fuse box, got it on Amazon. This is our power distribution block. We got that on Amazon. We got all these relays and everything. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna wire this up to where we can power the dash, all of the gauges, and pretty much anything else we wanna power, like the ECU, the fog lights, and all that stuff off of our own fuse circuit. So we're not dipping into the old bus style fuses, and we don't really wanna deal with any potential wiring issues that might come with those. So that's what we're gonna do, is we're gonna just create our own thing for the whole system.
Hello.
And I'll probably get a sunburn because I'm too ginger for this fucking shit. All right, so we got it all wired up. This is what it looks like. It looks pretty good. It's on this piece of ABS that's really easy to get to. We're gonna give you a rundown of how this actually works and how easy it is to figure out. So you look at your little diagram for your relays, and you got the blue is the positive, right? So as far as the blue is gonna go to this fuse box. So this is, your positive is gonna come off the battery. So the positive is going to come off the battery. 4 gauge is what you want to use. It's going to go to here, right? And the battery is going to power all these fused powers. The powers are going to go from here to the relays. So all those go to the same place. So all the blues go along here, right? Now you're going to have, and then I have the grounds going to this peg. One of these is going to be signal, one of these is going to be switch. So basically if you flip a switch, right, and you want to power your fog lights, the wire to your switch is going to go here. You're gonna flip the switch, it's gonna tell the relay to close. The relay is gonna close, it's gonna send the power out of this other wire, and that's gonna go to your fog lights. And it's gonna happen for anything. So if you wanna do ECU, fog lights, cluster, interior lights, whatever, that's how you set it up. And this way we're gonna be able to bypass the old shitty Z bus fuse system and kind of bring it more into the future for better reliability.
Yeah, because you know how many power draws I had on that stupid Z when it was running?
You had to take the battery off every night or it wouldn't start
Every
in the morning.
night, like, and did we know where it came from? Most of the time we didn't.
Nope.
So this is a great way to, bypass and actually take care of the problem.
Yeah, so we're gonna try to attach this to the bottom of the glove box, so when we put the dash in the car, you can just look under the dash and see all these and access all these.
So let's see if it fits.
All right, now that this is done, we're gonna try to put this in the car where the old L28 ECU was.
Yeah.
So we're gonna put some self-tappers in there.
Did we talk about how, like, it totally didn't fit on the bottom of the glove box?
No, so it totally didn't fit on the bottom of the glove box. So we're gonna put it where the old L28 ECU was.
And then we changed these out for some zip ties because the screws stuck out too far, and we found that when we cut them off, melted the plastic and also didn't want to sit properly.
looks pretty good, and we like where it's at. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get to working on the S2000 dash and wiring everything up into this. So let's get after it.
Hi.
Fuck!
What's going on?
Just showing them the thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
This is what it looks like. It's mounted up where the ECU used to be. It's super strong. Doesn't move, doesn't go anywhere, and it's gonna be perfectly accessible for us to need to get to it if we need to. We ran out of daylight, unfortunately, and it was starting to get cold, so now we have it in here. We took this harness out of the old dash that actually goes to the car, and we figured out where the indicator lights are and the bright light for the cluster. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start wiring.
We'll see what happens.
Give them the face of excitement for wiring. Yeah, so we got all these from Amazon. Yeah, we're gonna wire it up, so check it out, guys. Back at it again a couple days later. We're gonna start cracking out on this wiring here. We didn't have the right kind of heat shrink, and we didn't have our actual power supply, so it was kind of a pain in the ass. But now we have the supplies that we need to hopefully finish this dash wiring and then move on to other things, maybe even the ECU wiring, but I don't know. Alright guys, this is the rundown of what we've been doing on the wiring. These pods are secured in here. We have the wiring from the pods coming down through here into this really cool nylon loom. We have right here, these are the fuel sender wires and ground coming into here where it's going to intersect into this main loom here. We haven't been time-lapsing this a lot because I need to use my phone to actually look at the diagrams to figure out what we're doing here. But this is kind of how it looks. These are going to be loomed up here, and then it kind of wraps around and it comes down through here, and then it's going to go to our fuse panel, our relay fuse panel, and that's where we're going to send the wires out to whatever other sensors we need to do. But this is kind of what it looks like. I'm using the vise to hold this because we're twisting the wires up so they look a little bit more tidy. But yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to throw some loom on this, tidy this all up, run these down, and then we'll do some testing down here with the power supply to make sure everything turns on, maybe check some continuity with the multimeter, and then hopefully we'll be wrapping this up.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Are you excited?
Yes.
I'm pretty excited too.
It looks dope.
Yeah.
It looks way better than this shit.
Yes, it looks real clean. We might just wrap this with some Teflon
Yeah.
or this, whatever this tape is.
Yeah.
This tape is really dope, guys. It's like a wiring, like nylon. I don't even know. It kind of looks like medical bandage tape, but it's really sticky. It's really nice. Way better than this fucking shitty electrical tape.
Ace Hardware. Fucked us again.
All right, we had a little bit of an issue with the power supply. We don't really know how to use it properly, so the cluster was freaking out like it had a dead battery. So we took apart the wiring a little bit like idiots and found out that it was just a power supply. So now we're gonna do a test with the actual 12-volt battery and see what happens. So let's do it. Boom, boom. There we go. Perfect. That's what it looks like, guys. It's gonna look super futuristic in there. We got the clock, we got the oil pressure, we got the wideband O2, and we got the S2000 cluster. So hell yeah.
Now we just gotta fix all the shit that we had to take apart.
Yeah. So we had to pull some stuff apart, guys. Just like right here, we had to pull the harness apart, but we have it loomed and everything all the way down here. So we're gonna put it back together and show you guys what it actually looks like when it's clean. Stay tuned. All right.
We did it.
We did it. All right, guys, check it out. This is what it looks like. Super braided, ties into the cluster harness here, ties into these, the pods, comes out around here, and then it comes all the way down, and then we have a bunch of slack here just in case we need it, but this is all the wires that go to all the sensors and stuff. But yeah, we're really happy with how this looks, and this is kind of how we're gonna do the rest of the wiring on the car. And we have a cool little wiring schematic that we've been writing up, so if we ever have to come back to it, we'll know what goes to what. And it's not this.
That's what it was.
It was that.
And then it doesn't work.
All right, everybody, that's a wrap.
We got some cool stuff done. Dash is basically ready to go in the car. Then soon enough we'll be working on ECU stuff. We're bringing some stuff home to actually do some at-home type work. So we'll see what we can accomplish, and maybe we'll film it, maybe we won't. Who knows?
This is all stuff we're using for the LED taillights, and the ECU are going to be hooking that up to my computer and getting a base map on it, so I can try to write up a wiring diagram and get that all situated so we can get a pin out.
Yeah, so we'll see you next time.
Yeah, like and subscribe, guys. Thanks for watching.
Peace.
Bye.